Hey everybody, welcome back to the series Roxie the Revenant, our triple death challenge on survival mode, Interloper difficulty. We posted up at the lighthouse last night, and we are ready to head back to the Riken for finishing our tool crafting and arrowhead making after finally finding a hacksaw in the number 5 mine on the backside of Desolation Point. Things are going pretty well now. We're somewhat stabilized. We've got some food in the inventory, although it is continuously a challenge. There's a bear and a moose that have been spotted in the region already, as well as some pretty relentless wolves. So we're going to try to minimize our time here, but also make sure that we get everything that we need before leaving. There's the moose right up on the rocks there. And eventually it would be nice to be able to hunt that thing and take it down, but we don't have a means to do that just yet. We might not be sticking around long enough to realize that dream. I do want to go over to that truck at some point. Maybe I'll do it right now. A little bit heavy for walking around. I think I'm going to bail on that. I'm carrying a lot of weight with the extra coal and materials that we're bringing with us to the Riken. But after we get our improvised knife and a few more arrowheads, we'll have everything we need from the forge. We'll leave most of the coal and the heavy hammer behind. And we'll come back to the Riken in the future if we need to use the forge again. I'm not going to traverse the land with 4 kilos of heavy hammer, which might end up punishing us in the long game, but we'll make do. Alright, rabbit is curing. Okay, so when breaking down metal, it's kind of important to look at the time and the number of pieces that you get. For example, it's 4 pieces for an hour and a half. And you can find things that are a little more efficient than that. So this is 45 minutes for 2, which is the same, right? It'd be an hour and a half for 4. 2 hours and 15 for 6. That might be all that we have here to work with. The metal bucket, for example, is 15 minutes for 1. That's the shelf again. So let's just go ahead and take down the metal shelf. Hour and a half. Should have plenty. I'll do the door while I'm at it. It gives us 6. Just got cabin fever, so I guess you can get cabin fever in the Riken. Well, that's annoying. I could put a damper on things. especially because I can't sleep outside. But I've got a couple ideas of how to alleviate that. Alright, so we need, for an improvised knife, we need 3 hours. And 7, we'll have 4 left over, so let's get cooking. There's our heavy hammer. We'll go ahead and start up a torch, just because our fire starting is so inconsistent. Alright. Even got some skill out of it. So that should be up to 100 in just a moment here. Eat some snacks while we wait. I'm gonna eat the burst stuff first. Drink a little bit of water. And we're at 100, 20, 40, 60. All right, we'll make our knife. How's our cabin fever? Oh, I just saw it do like a big jump, and then it looked like it. I wonder if it just glitched out. Alright, and we'll do a couple arrowheads with the rest. One thing I would actually like to make too is some improvised crampons. Which needs 4 pieces of scrap metal, so how many arrow? 4 arrowheads. I should probably do a couple more. I don't need the forge for the arrowheads, or excuse me, for the crampons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish. Like 6 is pretty good. We'll end up with 10. That's gonna be a full quiver when we get to the point of being able to build arrows. So I'll just do the last one here, and then we will move along. I don't know if my cabin fever risk is increasing or it looks like it's climbing slowly. So now it's evening. It actually could come back and affect us. Alright. I'm leaving the heavy hammer here. I think I'll bring 10 pieces of coal with me. And then we've got water and miscellaneous items. So we've got our tools. And I might just have to walk around for a little while. Maybe take a nap in Matt's truck, because we wanted to go over there anyways, so. I'll take a couple extra pieces of coal across the ice. And try to see if we can get rid of this cabin fever risk before going to bed. 4 pieces of coal. And we're out of here. Be attracting some wolves, because I'm going to take that with me, but we've got fire. And we don't have that far to go. There's the wolf. He does see me. Drop it. Oh, you know what? I don't think you can rest in Matt's truck. It's like too damaged. Okay, I dropped the guts so that not attracting the wolves. That's the memento. It tells us how to get out of here. And it looks like there's nothing here. Yeah, you can't rest in this truck. Oops, I let my torch go out. It's okay. Alright, since I have a little bit of time to walk around, the temperature, go back here and see if there's anything. Really walk back here, like none of these are cattails. Yeah, there's nothing here. I do want to get a torch in my hand just in case. So I could go up the hill and rest in the car that's across the street from the entrance to the lighthouse. I'm gonna go ahead and light this torch now that I have the guts back on me. That could be a good way. I just want to shed this cabin fever before I go back to sleep inside. I don't really have anything left to do here. I didn't leave anything of any notable value. So, aside from considering going back to the cave, to get some more food, we kind of can get out of here. And that's a little bit of a dangerous place to try to seek food anyways, so. Oh, I thought I could walk up here. It looks okay. Maybe I just let that go. I do have a little bit of extra coal on me for this fire. If the weather kicks in, we are a little bit exposed. I might go up the hill and get that deer carcass that we saw earlier as well, just for some extra food. It's right up here towards the church. That'll keep us outside. How's our cabin fever staying at 33? Was it like 38 was its high point? Okay. Let's get rid of him real quick. Kind of a long way up and around where I'm trying to go, but I think I can. This guy was rabbit hunting. Lots of wolves up here. Let's go take a look at this carcass and see. It's like a little bit overcast, which is slightly concerning for the weather. Okay, these are good. Let's see how long it takes to chop one down. Alright. We've got arrows in the making. Okay, I'm gonna get a fresh torch out. Not sure exactly where he is just yet. I think this is where the deer was, so it looks like he might actually be gone. Kind of tempted to just move along. It would be better to go in the morning just because I'm gonna get tired. And I won't have anywhere to rest. I also do want to check out that what's it called? Got him distracted with the rabbit. The Katie's secret corner or something. Sometimes there's a deer carcass over there, and I mean, in easier difficulties there's a bow. I don't think we'll find a bow over there. That would be amazing if we could, but I don't think that the bow spawns on Interloper. So I'm gonna make a fire next to this car and sleep for a couple hours and try to drop the cabin fever. And then at least I'm right across the street from the walkway back to the lighthouse, where we'll sleep for the rest of the night. And I'm just double checking that I'm going the right way. If it's a blizzard, just like aim straight for the rocks. Try to Shelter this fire as much as I can. This is a good way to die in Interloper, is sleep for too long when you make yourself an outdoor fire. Okay, so that was a 2-hour fire. I'm just going to sleep 1 hour at a time. Goal of this is just to eliminate cabin fever, so 1 hour dropped it by like 15% almost. We'll go for one more. I could be boiling water, but I didn't. Well, I guess I could do 1 liter. Keep forgetting I have the tablets. Alright. Get close. Maybe 1 more hour out here. Pick this up. Put another coal on. We use some of these. If I get enough rest, I might not even have to go back to the lighthouse. So of course I'm heavy. So maybe our next journey should be up to Ash Canyon to get the technical backpack and the crampons. Could be good. I'd have to walk all the way across Timberwolf Mountain. It's a bit of a journey, for sure. I think I will go across the ravine into Mystery Lake, at least to the Carter Dam before I do that. Definitely short on food. Yet again. So I need to get to a spot. Ravine has some cattails. And as long as the weather's good, I mean, I do kind of need a full night's sleep. Cabin fever risk is at 1%. I'm asleep for 1 more hour. I'd like that to just be totally gone. I'm gonna go back to the lighthouse and play it safe. Got plenty of water to drink. It'd be nice to just be able to pull a couple of torches that are worth carrying. Not really gonna get it. So back I go for a full night's rest. I'll sleep for 10. I'll probably wake up before that. And then we will get out of Desolation Point. I ended up with 10 arrowheads, our knife, and our improvised hatchet. So we've got our complete set of Interloper tools, except for the survival bow, which we're behind on because it took us so long to find the hacksaw. And now I'm actually thinking before I leave, I can think of one spot where there might actually be maple sapling. It's easy to grab. So my problem is that I'm hungry. Probably going to leave some of this water behind. Eat the rest of my food. I've basically got 10 cattails left. So I need to scavenge. I won't sleep for this long, so I'm not worried about losing all those calories. Alright, I'll do a quick check of the, let's see, holding 6 liters of water, so let's leave a couple, maybe 3 of them. Those are good for making teas, but I don't want to be too heavy. I'm 4 kilos heavy. A lot of it's consumable with the coal that I'm carrying. Yeah. Oops, I forgot to, dang it, I forgot to put my stuff for curing out. Yeah, I can't mess around for too long, so I'm just going to carry it with me. I'm going to backtrack to this island, though I should have thought of this earlier. It's cold and windy. The island's a little further away than I wanted it to be. With the weather. There's a dead wolf down there. It's too windy for a fire, though. Tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a quick fire in the lighthouse here. I'm going to heat up all my tea. We're going to walk to the island, see if we can't find some maple saplings. And then I want to go to the Katie's secluded corner, or whatever it's called. And then we gotta get out of here. So just a quick fire. To heat up the tea. 35 minutes. We'll drop everything that we're carrying. So it's all hot. I'm going to transfer the those over into the insulated flask. And of course I'm hungry. Foods is once again an issue. I think if I can get... Alright, it looks like the wind chilled out. This is a bit of a detour, which I should have thought of earlier, but I think it'll be worth it because if there is a maple sapling over here, then we're going to have everything we need to start thinking about being a hunter. If it's not over here, then the joke's on me and we wasted time and energy. Maybe there'll be, sometimes there's a carcass over here too though, so there's a few things that could be worth looking at on this little island. I'm losing warmth quickly, but not rapidly. I'm hungry and thirsty, so might even drink. Try to time it so that when I'm like halfway cold, I drink one of the rosehip tea to get a little bit of calories and also warm back up. Should be a quick little loop. Sapling tends to be like right. Look, there it is. It was worth it. I'm gonna take the beach route back. Okay. Oh, I don't have any. Let's drink one of these. These do almost nothing. I don't think they warm you up as much either. Looks like the wind picked up. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that because we do smell. Should be alright out on the beach, but I'll definitely be attracting wolves once I'm exposed on the ice. Walking directly into the wind, which looks like it's bad enough to slow me down but not blow out my torch, which is interesting. This torch is barely worth lighting. That moose is just a sitting duck, but I don't have any weapons to get him. This wind is a major bummer. It's just wood planks. Once I'm up against these rocks, I should be a little bit more sheltered from the wind, but drink something else. Let's try this acorn coffee. Oh, is it already cold? That could be a little fishy. Maybe a big fishy. Nice, it's a pretty good sized fish. Alright, I'm gonna grab one of my... Oh, where is it? One of these. That warmed me up again. Let's see, something else over here. Might be a fish, could be a stick. It's just a stick. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that wolf. There's just nothing that I really need from it that's going to be of use to me right now. It's just going to add some weight. Oh, this wind is just maddening. I'm like crawling across the ice. I don't really want to sprint because I'm low on calories. I'm not that heavy. This is definitely the wind that's causing this. And of course I have to be walking directly into it. I have to drink another tea. I'm gonna waste all of my tea just walking across the fucking ice. Once we get over to this quiet cove or Katie's spot, I'm going to start a fire and cook the fish, and then hopefully there'll be some kind of a carcass to harvest. These are all weird looking. These are all saplings. If any of them are cured. Alright, we got 2 fish out of it. Is that like lichen? I don't need that. Not yet. So we'll make this fire. And we'll cook all the heavy stuff. Which will probably put us out of food again, but it'll lighten the load and hopefully allow us to walk a little bit more freely. This is an excruciating march that's occurring right now. It's really not that far of a walk, but it's just taking so much time and resource to do it. empty locker washed up on shore. Okay, the wind shifted a little bit. Definitely left some stuff unsearched here in Desolation Point. That cave can be kind of a gold mine. There's 2 caves that we overlooked. One which is guarded by the bear, the other one which has a known wolf inside of it. And we just kind of diverted the mission because of the bear, and I never went back. So if we ever do come back to Desolation Point, which I left the heavy hammer here, which means if I ever want to forge again, I'll need to. There is some stuff to be found. But, yeah, Desolation Point's a pretty small map, and you definitely can corner yourself if you use all the resources and then come here hungry and unequipped. Hoping I can make it to the top of this hill before my flare or my torch burns out. Make sure I get some more torches before I leave. Alright, I need to get up here pretty quick now. Maybe I am heavy because I am just like slogging. I definitely walk much quicker once I get out of the... I'm gonna eat a cattail just so I don't lose my well fed, because that would really put a damper on our ability to move with the gear that we want to carry. Alright, we made it here to Katie's. Oftentimes there is a deer carcass here. What? It's too windy. Okay. That sucks. Alright, that's annoying. Let's drink one more of these so we can think for a second. Not worry about starving and freezing all at the same time. Box of crackers is good. Empty backpack. No bow, obviously. Couple of feathers. What's this thing even carrying? 12 minutes. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Call the crackers a win. I need to get out of this wind. I need to get off this map. Is this Katie? Maybe. Okay. I think the crackers are worth eating right now. And then I want to cook these fish as soon as I can. Not only to get them off of my pack for the smell, but to get them into my belly. Okay, I'm working on my last torch now. After this one. So I really need to get there. The wind is like in every direction. Might mean there's a blizzard coming. It's definitely overcast and windy. Don't think there's any wolves from here on out, so at least made it out of Desolation Point. Kind of sheltered from the wind here, but I'm gonna grab these just because there's 3 in a row. And I'll turn them into a dressing. I really don't need them because I'll probably die if I get attacked by a wolf, but we're getting to the point where survival is becoming more likely. Alright, so now fucking wind is coming straight into the... I'm not protected over here. I'm just gonna get into the mine and get it on the other side. Put this out. What did we leave here? A bunch of coal? Yep. So we can re-up on coal. I've got 10 pieces of coal. I'm going to use a couple on the other side, so maybe I bring 5 with me through the mine. It's making me a bit heavy, but that's okay. And then I want to refill this just a little bit. Mostly to try to get rid of that. Yeah, that was like straggler. And then I'm gonna drop one of those when I pick up the fish that I cook, so that I can try to have 1 lantern fuel container that's getting filled with the fish oil. Basically just trying to make it to the other side. I don't think there's anything left to look at in here, unless there's new coal, which has been a few days, so we'll see if anything new has spawned. Dropped off of the walls and ceilings. Took almost no damage walking around on the ice this afternoon, which is good. Definitely heavy. And I need to fix that because I can't continue walking around overweight. I'm not exactly sure what I have that's weighing me down so much. I already looked at him. But take a closer look when we get to relative safety. I think I will try to make crampons as soon as I can. But I need to secure at least a few days worth of food before I stop to settle. So I think going to the Carter Dam is going to be a good place to quickly loot. I need to, and then maybe stop by the camp office. Sometimes there's a bedroll there. And then I don't know if it's worth it to continue to Mountain Town or go back the other way and think about Timberwolf Mountain and Nash Canyon. I kind of think that Mountain Town might be a safer option if I can get a bedroll. If I can't get a bedroll, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. because that affects my Ash Canyon abilities as well. I know that you can do it without a bedroll, and I do have an extra stim, but I don't have any coffee, and I don't have any means to sleep. So, cross that bridge when we get there. What can I do here before I go outside? Just spend a little bit of time getting warm. Extra 30 minutes in the cave. So now we're going to be back at Coastal Highway, right? And if I take a right, I have no tinder. Okay, Crumbling Highway. Alright. Protected from the wind. Let's get this started up. I basically need to make it all the way back to the garage. In order to ensure my safe sleeping. Hey, I finally got a good torch. Grab torches before anything else so that I don't forget. I've got some walking to do. Okay, a couple good ones in there. Alright. I want to probably, yep, these all went cold. So I want to drop all of these. Oh, I want to cook. I want to cook these fish first. "45 minutes. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can stay in Coastal Highway for a few days to let these resources cure. But I'm so low on food. I took most of the cattails from Coastal Highway. I'm just going to expedite these. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to drop this one so that these fill. So it was like 0.3. And now it's 0.21, so that worked. Alright, now I want to drop all of my those, and I want to make a couple more mushroom teas. They're all done. Oops, those weren't close enough. Okay, put those back in here. Need one more. In the meantime, I'm gonna eat all the fish. Back to no food. How am I doing on water? Got plenty of water. Just gonna drink a little bit of water. And continue the hike. 5 kilos heavy. I can't get up over here, but I think I can get down without hurting myself. And actually, now that I think about it, sometimes there's a carcass under the bridge. If there is, I will definitely take the time to harvest it, because food is an issue. I think this is always here. Burn some of these sticks. Let's see if I'm warm. Looks like I am. Great. Let's see. Should be able to harvest half of it, cook the other half while I get the second part. It's only 8 minutes. Okay, so that's going to take 42 minutes. I wasn't expecting that. Alright. That's okay. That'll cook. I guess if that's going to be taking 40 minutes, I'll add a couple more sticks and take this deer hide. Okay. Before I leave, just because I spent so much time, everything went cold again. Those are still hot, but they'll go cold. These are all ready. Okay, put these back in the... I need one more stick to get my torch back. And we're off. be a wolf somewhere, and I do smell, so I'm sure he'll be interested in saying hello. I don't actually know too many secrets about the Crumbling Highway. I know about that carcass that's under the ridge there, and then obviously the arch is a spot that you can survey. I don't know that there's really anything under there usually, but there's the wolf. Wow, he was fully charging. That would have been an ugly way to go without a torch in hand. It's funny that they're so afraid of rocks with their big teeth. That was just a note left behind in the floorboard. Okay, so it's a good time to be... Alright, I'm being ambushed now. I've got wolves on both sides of me. I think I can just ignore them at this point and walking away. Alright, so aside from food being the constant struggle here, we are pretty well set. Obviously, we need to watch every step that we take because any wolf encounter would be fatal, most likely. A bear attack could be fatal, and moose stomping would be devastating because we'd be walking around with broken ribs if we did survive. Not that we're really climbing, but I think your carry capacity is reduced, your stamina is reduced, your recovery, it's just bad news, and it takes forever. So we'd basically be finishing this run with broken ribs. So barring any encounter with wildlife, we are pretty comfortable here, except that we're short on food. We don't have any stockpile of food, which means that we have to keep moving. And right now we're backtracking through regions that we've already looted, so there's not a lot left to be found. There's a couple animal carcasses here and there that, with better weather and some crows flying overhead, will be guided to them. But for now, we're kind of at the mercy of what we're able to find just by wandering, and it's not much. It's like just enough to fill up and then move to the next location. So wherever the next spot is, it needs to be new, because we're still not able to hunt, and I need to get better at dropping the items to be cured when I sleep, because that's the only way to do this on the move, is to get them out of your inventory at night so they can cure for 10 hours or however long you're in an indoor location, and then pick them up and continue moving. So I've got the pick them up and continue moving part down, but I'm not putting them down to cure, so they're doing nothing in my pack except weighing me down. Brand new fry bar. I hear something. Looks like it's a rabbit. A couple more mushrooms. Alright, we need to go back up to the silent clearing trailer, right? Before, I know we wrote a note about something up there. I think that's where maybe a rabbit is curing. I'm pretty sure I wrote a note for this reason. Let's drink a tea. Oh, those are all cold. Reishi tea it is. So it really does work. It stays warmer much longer. It's a great find. Probably get back to Quincy's garage and sleep for the night, which means I can probably run a little bit. It's going to burn some extra calories, but it's also going to allow us to sleep for a little bit longer. Could also potentially eat the raw deer meat to get the full 10 hours. Since it's such early evening, but I don't know if that's necessary. I do want to make up the rest of these teas that I'm holding, and it'll be a good opportunity to make some more water and just get all of the resources that we're carrying kind of produced for use. I like using the rosehip tea when I can, because it's, you know, basically useless as a resource. Painkiller effect is most often can be ignored, with the exception of the if you have broken ribs from the moose, you don't start healing until you administer some sort of painkiller. The broken ribs are pretty brutal, actually. It's kind of a nasty injury to get. You are severely impaired for a very long time on your run. And it always seems to happen like when you're questing towards a rope to climb or you're carrying gear. I mean, I guess that's kind of the only way that they catch you. Unless you're being overly aggressive and stupid. But I got attacked by a moose and then recovered, and then immediately got attacked again on an interloper run. And I think it was ultimately my demise. It didn't directly kill me, but just with so many tasks that become either significantly more difficult or impossible, like climbing ropes, I just ended up deteriorating, and that was the end. So there's a moose, or excuse me, a wolf to my right. I don't think he's going to be a problem. I do kind of want to check some of these trunks and stuff if I haven't already, so I might scare him away. So it's getting close. But I'm sure where he is. Can't get to that one right now, it's fine. Get inside and do the other stuff anyways. Now I believe there are a couple of lockers. I haven't been able to search yet in here. Coming back with the pry bar is always nice. Yeah, this one's. So let's get one more torch out and then we'll start a fire. make up a bunch of water. Empty. Didn't matter. Alright. Put out the good torch and add, do some coal. I'll break down that torch real quick. And I put on a big pot of water. All we have to do is melt it. Those are cooked. It's going to give me about 1,000 calories, which isn't really much. It's weird. Those kind of like cut off early, it looked like. Alright, we can leave one of these behind. And I'd like to cook mushroom tea. First. Oh, almost let the fire go out. Okay, I can now take that. I'll drink one of these. Cold, it doesn't matter. Just give me 100 calories. And maybe I'll drink both of them. Got another box. Do that for now. Oh. That's one thing that we're not going to be able to do is make acorn coffee without the heavy hammer. I don't think that's a detrimental oversight, but I did forget about that. Any more rose hips? Yeah. 27 minutes until melted, so we'll just do 2 more of these. Actually, I have a lot of. Alright, I'm going to burn the rest of my sticks, I think, just to get some more torches. Those are actually turned out pretty good. Alright. Let's do this real quick. Got just enough water. For kind of our next walk. Take these out so I remember to cook them tomorrow. Lots of liquid now all of a sudden. That's good. And looks like I've got 2 more to purify. Alright, before I forget, at Desolation Point, at the lighthouse we left water. I don't know if we left anything else. I already forgot. The Riken is the heavy hammer and coal. And then Hibernia has miscellaneous clothing and I think first aid. Not keeping very good track of where I'm leaving things. But nothing's really been that good, so it's not super important. But I do want to remember that the heavy hammer is at Desolation Point, because that's important. Alright. Quick inventory before bed. These are all empty. Did I leave anything here? I don't think I did. This is just totally empty. Oh, I should have done this hours ago. At least I'm starting to remember. Fresh, 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 fresh. I've got 38, so I can make all 10 arrows once I'm able to remember to cure. I thought I did. Oh, I made acorn coffee. I was going to say, I thought I did make acorns into edible, but then I brewed them. Alright. For first aid, I'm bringing everything with me because that is salvation. For clothing, that sweatshirt can get left behind. Food, everything comes with us. I can probably leave this book behind. We'll leave the old pry bar. We'll leave 2 of those. I want to bring the quality tools with me because they're going to help expedite making the arrows once we get to that point. And then everything else can come with me in the supplies category. Dropped a few stones. These I should just maybe use if I need to. They burn very quickly and they're not super important to me, but I don't really want to just leave them behind because they are potentially useful. These will turn into a rabbit skin hat as soon as I get the 3rd one. And I have 2 guts curing, so I only have enough gut. Well, there's one up in the trailer, the silent clearing, which we need to hit before we exit. Okay, I'm just going to be a little bit heavy for a few days until I can consolidate some of these items. Trying to think if I could walk around Coastal Highway and survive. But I took most of the cattails. They're also a long ways away from where I'm at. I can't think of any carcasses that would have any significant amount of meat. I could try to like wrangle a deer into a wolf. If there's wolves and deer on the ice. Think about that more in the morning. Alright, I think my bed is right over here, and I moved too much and I'm lost. Alright, there it is. Let's make sure I have enough calories to sleep for the night. I do. 5 liters of water. Get a full night's rest. Keep moving. Alright. Just gotta eat right away. And now food is becoming pretty urgent. pick all this stuff up. And I'm just barely overweight. I will see how cold it is outside. I think I'll go without fire until I make it to the trailer. I'm pretty sure I've been in this house, and now I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I've... Okay. I'm just gonna follow me right away. Get him to follow me to a deer, that'd be super helpful. I'm gonna need to make a fire soon anyways to warm up all my tea for the day. But I thought maybe I could get up to this trailer before I do that, so I can grab my stuff. I'm actually not losing warmth. Just slowly. Let's pick up a few sticks too, because I burned most of them. Okay. So deer hide up here, and we've got no rabbit. What's in here? Coal, more coal. How much coal's in my hands? 11, that's plenty. Just gonna keep going. Nice warm morning. Take advantage of that and move quickly. There's the bear cave. And we did already confirm that there's a bear patrolling this area, so we have to be very careful about our movements up here. Especially because we're walking a little bit heavy. I guess I'll go up. I'm gonna have to come back down. I should make a fire for torches, if nothing else. Got a couple. I'm just gonna let him follow me for now. It's fine. He'll probably lose interest as I turn the corner and get some distance. So what I'm really kind of hoping for is to stumble upon some kind of a carcass, or maybe use this wolf to get him into a deer. But we already hit a few of the ones I can think of. think I went up a tier from where the bear is on patrol. I'm not 100% sure about that. And I think Mystery Lake is the next next destination for me, because there's a possibility I can find a bedroll there, which would be nice. Not so much that we need it for like these travels and stuff, but just for sleeping outdoors if we have a cabin fever issue. I can go to one of the open-faced caves and shake off the cabin fever. Alright, I think I'm done with him chasing me, because now I hear other movement. Oh, and I'm getting cold. Maybe I go up in here real quick and make a quick fire. The wolf immediately came right back. Oh, I scared him too soon. Let's see if he comes back. This would be awesome if this could work out. Get him. Get him. Yes. Oh, that was so lucky. And he's in the spot where he's like sheltered from the weather. I'm just gonna try to fire this right up. Okay. How cold is it all of a sudden? Alright, I'm warming. I have a knife now, so this is gonna go super quick. That's the second time right here at the forestry overlook that we've been saved by a hungry wolf. I was like kind of trying to do that at first. I was thinking maybe if I ran into something, I would maybe be able to get him to run into a wolf. But it wasn't until I gave up and kind of tried to scare the wolf away and move along that it actually happened. I thought I heard another wolf, which is why I scared away the first one. And it ended up being a perfect chain of events. So this changes things a little bit. Now I'm warm, and those are going to take a half an hour or 15 minutes. Got an hour and a half on the it's 40 minutes for that deer. I might hang out here for a day or two, because this is going to be too much meat to carry. How much did that say? 2 minutes. But I believe that these items can cure in the forestry overlook. I can backtrack to the trailer if I need to and get the rest of that coal. I can basically live up there for a few days, let this stuff cure, then potentially go down to the back to Quincy's, to the garage, and make a bow. See how far this 8 kilos of meat takes me. I pretty much need to eat like 2 to 4 per day. So it's only 1 or 2 days that we're talking about here, but it could really be at least we have another day here at Coastal Highway. So 20 minutes. I didn't check the fire. It doesn't go out. Okay, that's done. Just having a little campfire down here, a little cookout. Throw this on now that I'm warm. That's 10 minutes. I think I'll expedite that one. And then that's 40. Let's just do another piece of coal. We're going to be here for a minute. Oh, I had one more piece of meat. Okay. 1 minute. Oops. Yeah, I think I will go back and get the rest of that coal. And just take this whole deer down. And I'll backtrack in the morning. Leave a lot of stuff here so I can be light and fast. Looking at 40 minutes. I just ate raw meat, didn't get sick. That was lucky. That would have ended our day. Alright, so I've got 20 minutes on the fire. I should have gone and chopped down some of this stuff so I'm not burning all this coal, but okay. 37 minutes. How long do these take? 20 and an hour. I'm just gonna go look for some sticks. Of course, this wolf is out here, so I gotta be careful for him. He's probably very upset as well. It's a lot of firewood I could be chopping up while I'm warm. Oh boy. This might be, I might have to pop this because I'm kind of cornered. Move along, dude. I didn't want to start fumbling around to see if I had torches on me. did, but it's taking too long to cycle. That's okay. Those are not super important to me. What is important to me is getting a couple of more sticks. So I think I'll just expedite this and take the rest in torches. Which I think if I put a stick on, I can get one more. Yeah, and we're gonna go up to the forestry lookout, drop all this stuff. Take this burdock root while I'm at it. Only thing about being up here is I'm not sure if I stay warm without a fire. It's like kind of a not quite an indoor location, which is good for cabin fever, but not great for sleeping through the night. It was +5 last time we were in here. It's +7 now. I don't know if that means anything. Alright. Dropping all of the guts right here. We've got fresh 3 deer hides. We've got those are all green. And one more rabbit pelt. That's cured. That can be prepared. Okay. Left nothing in here. I wonder if I can make it. I wonder if I can make it to the trailer and back without a fire. Gonna put all but 2 of those away. I'm gonna leave all but, I'll definitely be able to get, maybe I eat one more of those before I go. Can leave a liter of water. I won't need the tools. I won't need the arrowheads. Those are negligible, but I won't need them. Alright, and I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. Don't need those. Okay, so now we eat. Try to make it there and back before dark. This stuff is curing in here, right? Yeah. Looks like, of course, the weather picked up. -16. That's not going to cut it. Temperature did drop in here as well. I guess I could just hang out because I have the supplies for now. It'd be nice to be able to do something with the last few hours of daylight. Chop down some wood, or deploying that rope is really not worth my time. Is it cold in here with the door open? Oh, it's just quieter. Alright. Maybe I sleep for an hour and see what the weather does. That might be the best course of action. Just get some water, sleep for an hour. Sounds like it's still pretty windy out there. If I sleep another hour, it might be worth it to just go. And just deal with the cold. Like, I will recover. I don't have that far to go. Unless I die, of course. How close are we on any of this stuff? Maple saplings are brand new. They're all 9%. Deer hide I don't care about too much. Rabbit pelt's next, so go down and make a hat. That'll be a good thing to do. I guess I can sleep up here tonight and go back to the garage tomorrow. That'll allow me to be closer to the workbench. Still have a handful of torches. Can't decide what I want to do. I don't like sitting around. I don't like wasting time during daylight hours. It's warming up. I'm gonna start walking and see what happens. Because if I can get back to the trailer, it's pretty cold out here. Wolf is on patrol. There's really no sticks. I going to be carrying one of these in my hand. It's so windy. Yeah. Alright, well now the wind died down. I keep forgetting I want to build those crampons too. That's something that I could be doing with a little bit of metal. Right at the garage. This is steep. Too steep. That's where I switched back up. I don't know if there's a faster way back up. But it's really not that far of a walk to, especially to get back down to the trailer. I got cold faster than I thought I was going to. I'm gonna take the damage and I'm gonna sleep in the trailer for a couple of hours, maybe even 4, to not only warm up but heal the sprain. Then it'll be the middle of the night, which is okay as long as it's not an aurora or a blizzard. I pretty much know where I'm going. Barely took any cold damage, so that's fine. All this stuff is curing. I just want to get this stuff into my backpack before I forget. And make sure I didn't overlook anything in this cabin. Which looks like I definitely did not. It's like a floating cup. Not the right kind of bedroll. It's too old. Alright. Just drink some water. And I'm gonna go ahead and rest for 2. Fully warm. It does sound windy out there. I'm gonna take a peek out with my lantern before I commit. Oh, it's a full blizzard. As we had. You know what I am gonna do now though? Is get this. Yeah, we're not walking back to the... Especially I think we still have a sprained ankle. Oh, and we're still in pain. Poor Roxie. It's Still sounds pretty windy out there. Yeah. And the only problem with this is that now we're not even really tired. We've like disrupted our sleep cycle. So now I'm fully rested in a dark trailer with nothing to do. We can prepare these. And the burdock root. That might have actually done it. How much tinder am I holding? None? Okay. We'll make 6 of them. Alright. It's freezing. And it's still lightly snowing. I wonder if I wait 1 more hour if it will improve. This is kind of like the coldest time of the day. Is there anything else I can do? I think it's going to be too dark to try to fix these, so I left off the cloth anyways. So yeah, I would need to just kind of sprint for it. Where did I get that from? Do I want to do that? Is it that important that I make it back over there? That's where all my food is. So yeah, I'd say it is. I'm going to go ahead and light a torch. I'll start a fire if I really need to, just to get some teas heated up. But I'm just going to sprint over there because I've got plenty of energy and I've got calories waiting for me. And there's a bear. I don't think we can go around him from here. Hello, Mr. Bear. I don't know. If he's afraid of fire, like the wolf. Oh. Okay. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Okay. So, basically I'm going to be wasting a match and a torch. Because now I need to warm up. But I guess I got another hour out of it. Nothing else. Back to being warm. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay, there's the bear. Okay, that was scary. He was very angry with me. And I think he might have even been running for a second. I'm gonna light this because this is like a recipe for disaster, doing stupid stuff in the dark. Bear is now behind us though. I don't think he can shortcut this hill, at least to the point where he'll be in front of us again. I'm not going to stick around to find out. It'd be good if I can get back to the forestry lookout before dawn, because that will let me kind of give me an indication if it stays warm in there. I mean, Coastal Highway and Desolation Point are like, we could survive here for a long time once we get the bow, because there's multiple bear walking around. We saw a moose that's an easy target to at least get the first shot off on, and you probably have to chase him around a little bit, but and I guess you do have to be careful about eating the predator meat on Interloper, but having that moose up there on the ice is... Okay. So now I'm going to start taking cold damage. I'm going to probably encounter this wolf again right here. Trying to sprint around a little bit so that I can get a little bit of sleep to recover, since I didn't make any fire and I don't have any liquids that are hot. We'll make a fire because now I got a bunch of coal on me again. Up here tomorrow. So I'd like to just get through the night without having to do it, and then we'll make water as well. Okay, so he's warm. She's warm in here, and it's +7. So this actually stays really nice and warm. I'll go ahead and eat. Put all this stuff back. Yeah, see, I've already eaten like 4 of these things. I really have like tomorrow to mess around, so I think we are gonna have to keep moving. But at least allowed a little bit of time. We're just gonna go full sleep. It's only gonna sleep for a couple hours. Okay. It's 4 degrees in here. How'd everything do? Ready to make a hat? That one's cured. Those ones are brand new. Those are going to take a while. Let's probably go down and build a rabbit skin hat, which also isn't that far, but now we've got that bear, so it could potentially jump down to log sort. I think I'm going to go deploy this rope. I'm going to leave that behind, and I'll be lighter with the rope out of my hands. I'll probably have to come back up here and warm up because the rope takes long enough to go completely frozen. But I'm going to want to make a fire, and what do I have on me that smells? Oh, the deer meat. Okay. Hopefully this isn't like... Okay. I'll get back up on the overlook and try to see, am I above fishing camp or am I above log sort? Oh, I have one piece of coal, don't I? Or charcoal. Did nothing. So that is the log sort down there. So if I basically jump straight down, it's a long ways back up here though. Oh, and that's not even where the workbench is. That's over at fishing camp. Or no, it is at log camp or at log sort, but it's at the one that's destroyed. I guess it's back to the garage. It's mostly just something to do to pass some time while we wait for the rest of the stuff to cure, and then I'm gonna take all of this with me, which is why I'm not too worried about using the resources here. I mean, we've got one more day, I'd say, with the deer meat, and then it's going to be back to scavenging for food. But once I'm at Mystery Lake, there's a bunch of cattails right at the top of the dam. I'll pick up cattails through the ravine. So as long as I time it to where I start my walk with a full belly, I should be okay. Oh, yeah, I can leave all these books up here too. I'll bring 2 deer fillet with me for the day. I'll leave the rest of them up here, along with the extra coal. Okay, so we're going to put on a pot of water. And it's going to take an hour. Which is basically all I want to do. Just to warm up. Perfect. 17 minutes. I just should start dropping all of this tea. I still have 3 more to be made, plus a coffee and 5 teas. Okay, these are all done. I picked up the deer hide accidentally. Take that with me. I need to put these in here. And I need to probably add a few sticks to take some I didn't need to put in that many, but I'll just take that many torches. Looks like it's about 11 minutes per torch. Alright, so the books are going to stay. And I'm 2 pounds heavy, 2 kilos heavy, but leave those and that, and I'm underweight. And I'm warm, and nothing else needs to come with me because it's all curing. Off I go. This is where I sprained my ankle last night. Nice to not do that again. Alright, so bear tracks are going the opposite direction this morning. Staying pretty warm, actually. I'll go ahead and do another torch. Brought enough of them. Not too bad of a walk. Definitely the wolves are out. They want that deer. They want it badly. There's 2 of them. Can't remember if I was able to check this trunk yet. Wasn't. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Alright. I think we have everything we need for a rabbit skin hat. 3.5 hours. How are we doing on food and water? Definitely can drink some water. And I think I'll just send it. Actually had an extra cured gut in my inventory. Okay. Nice little addition to the kit. I don't know if it even made us warmer, but a little protection. We're at 22% protection now. And what about these crampons? Improvised crampons. I need one more cured leather and four scrap metal. Did I look under all these? I think I did. Is there a bucket in here? That's like the most efficient way to get scrap metal. Oh, never looked in there. Disinfectant. Alright. Let's see what we're doing here. Scrap metal, scrap metal, scrap metal. Hour and a half for 4. But I need a cured leather anyways, which I guess I don't have. I thought I had more than one piece of that, but not gonna get it out of any of that. We'll leave the antiseptic behind and 1 antibiotics. It's time to just head back up. Yeah, there's no reason to tear down the metal when I don't have the leather, because the leather is much harder to come across than the metal. So let's see, did this stuff stay hot after 3.5 hours? Wow. That's the first time we've actually been able to like quantify how long that stuff stays hot. I'm fully warm and I'm just gonna head back. There's nothing left down here that I need to look at. The afternoon, so it's warmer in the day. Another sewing kit, I'll take that. I really don't need that book. Could burn it probably. Guess I might as well search the rest of this little loot. Just kind of hoping I'd get some chips or some snacks. Alright, so we've got a bear and a wolf known to be interested on the way back up. I've got windproof flares, a couple of torches. Just hit my weight threshold. And losing warmth slowly, so Should be able to walk around for a second. Another wolf. Maybe he can follow me and get another deer. So I'm a little concerned about the bear this afternoon. So we might have to get the wolf to go away. I don't know if the bear will run right through a torch. I can't say I've ever actually tested that theory, and I feel like the one time that I did, it didn't seem to care. But I was kind of at the bottom of that gully in Timberwolf Mountain, where there's like maybe a wing. Can't remember, but there's some boxes down there, and then you end up walking back up the hill to that open air cave. It gets you started up the mountain. Anyways, I had a rifle and a flare, and a torch, and I dropped the torch and aimed the rifle, and the bear just brutally attacked. But it kind of happened so fast. I'm not sure if I was maybe in front of the torch, or the torch had gone out, or if maybe the bear just don't care. This is not the run to try to learn those mechanics, so we're gonna proceed with extreme caution. And I believe the bear stops on that lower tier, so aside from the wolf that's stalking us, we should be clear of conflict. When I get back to the forestry lookout, probably eat and probably just get ready to pack up and go. I might end the episode so we can start fresh. A new walk and a new journey. Otherwise this one's going to get a little bit long. So maybe just take a nap and make sure we're organized, not overweight. It would be nice to stay one more night if I can, food-wise. To double check what we've got up there. I can't remember if it's 2 left or 4. But we'll need 2 more for this evening to sleep, and then we could potentially walk with 2 in the morning. So maybe I will sleep, get a full sleep. If there's another deer here, then we'd be set. He doesn't come up here, does he? Wants to. Alright, we're 20% on everything. 24%. We've got time. Lots of time. Alright. I think what I'll do is take a quick nap, end the episode here, and we'll pick up on the next one and figure out if we want to walk through the night, since it's such an early evening, or spend one more night here and use the rest of our food, because we have 3 pieces of venison, so it might be better to spend the night and roll out in the morning. Regardless, we'll stop there, sleep for a couple hours, and let Roxie have a quick nap. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today, you guys. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of each other. We'll see you on the next one.